I love the kickiness factor here. I'm Salad and I saw Mission Impossible 2. It is directed by John Woo and it stars Tom Cruise. Movie starts with this guy who injects the super virus into his arm, and now he only has 20 hours to go get the cure or else he's dead. First of all, why? Why does he want to get this super deadly virus? Oh, it's because he has the antidote. The antidote, you say, to cure this virus? And so he's gonna make sure that he gets this very deadly virus so he can cure it and sell it? Oh wow, what a capitalist thing to do. Hey, that's fine. Money's cool, I guess. But you know what's not cool? He's on a plane and the plane gets hijacked. Okay, first of all, if you have this gas that you can pump through the system, it's cool. Honestly, I've never seen that before. However, this big brain over here, this guy who's about to die, he's like, oh no, looks like everybody around me is having a little nappy time. Oh no, and looks like I have these plans to make sure the antivirus is out. Oh wow, looks like these guys are gonna take it from me, oh no. And also, it's kind of disastrous, right? Because the pilot is in on this heist. Also, the co-pilot is slept, but he wakes up just at the wrong moment. He wakes up right as the plane is about to crash into the mountain. And I think it's incredibly devastating because he knows he's about to die and he has no way of stopping it. I mean, he would have died anyway, but I guess this is the coolest way to die. The virus is called Chimera, and in order to retrieve the antidote from the guy who did a little burgle from this other guy who was going to have the antidote plants but instead crashed with the plane, Ethan Hunt is recruited. But hey, there's actually an Ethan Hunt that was on the plane and hijacked the plane, but actually it was a Ethan Hunt impersonator. First of all, I like that. We have a guy who knows Ethan Hunt incredibly well. I absolutely love it because it's different from the first movie where it's just Ethan Hunt being cool and such. Now we're dealing with a guy who has to basically face his double, who is better and knows how to think like him and isn't him, so knows how to change the tactics that he uses. Ethan Hunt is recruiting Naya, and Naya is being recruited to sleep and be in a relationship with, since they were previously in a relationship with, Sean. And I think this is not good, mainly because he didn't know Ethan Hunt. Ethan Hunt did not know what her purpose was, so she does, and he does, a little sleeping together. And I'm like, oh, this definitely complicates things, honestly. This is really funny, not gonna lie. There's a lot of funny moments in this movie. There's this guy trying to warn Sean, what is she here for, right? And Sean is just like, you know what, let me cut the tip of your finger off with a cigar cutter. Ugh. Just the thought of it, just the visual imagery of it, I cannot put it in my mind no more. I do not like that scene. I looked away. I was like, oh, this sounds painful. I cannot imagine having to be cut by a cigar cutter anywhere. It's only for cigars. Is it really strong enough to cut a fingertip? Leave me a comment below if you know this answer. I like that Sean is very good at negotiating prices for this antidote. He has the antidote. Oh wow, looks like in a big old commotion for good old pal Ethan Hunt to sneak this virus. Oh no, looks like Naya got with herself putting the Chimera in her. And I'm like, that's really risky. But you know what? I trust Ethan Hunt to find the antidote before you die. Which, first of all, I believe in his abilities, but also, I like how he gets super distracted, especially when he's doing a little, ooh, I'm gonna do a little acrobatic thing, and realize how the first guy got infected. It's because he injected himself, and I like that realization moment. But also, We got people be like, hey, yo, come on, man. Come on, dude, bro. Like literally just, dude, there's dudes coming near, dude, come on, bro. While Ethan Hunt is doing this heist, we have Sean narrating what he's doing. And I love this. I'm like, this is great. There's some moments of silence from the narration to show what Ethan Hunt is doing actually, but there's a lot of tension. Man, this movie does tension very well. During all of these moments, I felt super tense. I'm like, oh geez, guy, don't get caught. Uh-oh, looks like you do. Got him. Ethan Hunt gets the heck out of that lab, but Naya gets tooketh. And also she gets dropped off in the middle of a city, not near any of them. In the middle of Sydney, mind you. Dude, think of the rattlesnakes, the poisonous spiders. Well, there's no rattlesnakes in Australia, that's an America thing. Think of the poisonous snakes, all of the poison. There's so much poison in Australia. I don't know Australian things, not gonna lie. Kangaroos, you don't want to get hit by a kangaroo. They're very kicky, I hear. So while Naya is being a little, I'm just gonna walk around. Yeah, just do a little walking, right? I love how we have Ethan Hunt being chased by Sean's men, and they're being picked off one by one. I like the little part where he shoots at the guy behind him while looking at the mirror, and also he's using his motorcycle as a shield while the bottom of his shoes skid across the road. That was great. We also have the guy in the helicopter. I like his role. He's good, like, complimentary to Ethan Hunt. He's looking down, he's here to be on his back, essentially. But Ethan Hunt's like, get her, go get her. And I love how much Ethan Hunt can handle these guys without the need of a helicopter nearby. I also love the moment where what seems like Ethan Hunt is breaking into the lab to get the antivirus where Sean is at. I'm like, all right, cool. You're gonna have a little kicky fight. I love the kickiness factor here. Not gonna lie, the kickiness is off the charts. We're doing flips and kicks. Yo, that's awesome. It's kind of sad though when Sean has Ethan Hunt tied to his back and then shoots him. And when I was like, no, Ethan Hunt, that cannot be you. But it isn't him actually. It's the friend who he chopped the tip of the pinky off, or whatever finger it was, and he shot him, and he had the little face thingy, and he had a little duct tape over his mouth so he couldn't speak. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is awesome. There's no more of this guy. Ethan Hunt is still out there. Yeah, go get him. I still cannot stop thinking about the chase scene. All right, the chase scene where Ethan Hunt is being chased by a bunch of Sean's men. It's so brutal. First of all, he's using the brakes and gas at the same time on the motorcycle to produce a bunch of smoke, burning his tires essentially, and the people behind him cannot see him, and so he does a little turn. And then I love the part where they're like, oh, I gotta go forward still, and wow, they got hit by a semi-truck, but they got exploded. That was so cool. I'm like, I don't know if that happens if you get hit by a semi-truck. I really hope that's not what happens, but this is so cool nonetheless. Now we have Sean and Ethan Hunt doing a little with their motorcycles, right? They're trying to get each other with guns. Oh no, well, no guns no more. Well, I guess we're gonna drop the guns, but actually we're gonna have a little driving over each other. And then they have a little, I would call it a Mexican standoff motorcycle fight, where they are on each side and they drive towards each other. And at the last moment, as the motorcycles crash, they jump up and leap up at each other. And then they jump off, I guess they essentially fall off a cliff. But it's just shallow enough where they don't die. But then they have a little rough and tough in the sand, and then there's a gun in the sand, and it's a gun keep away, and then it turns to knife fight, and Ethan Hunt's like, nope, I will control the knife, and then I'm gonna, and then have a lot of kickiness action. Honestly, it was so fun and entertaining. I was so invested in this moment. It was so tense. I was like, who's gonna win? The helicopter saves Naya. They bring Naya to where Ethan Hunt is, and Ethan Hunt is distracted by the helicopter. He does a little what seemingly is Sean's death with the coolest kick, and his head hits a rock. And I'm like, oh, he must be dead. Right. And then Ethan Hunt turns around, he's like, oh my goodness, it's Naya. I'm gonna have the antidotes. I'm gonna go have a little run. And I love how we see Sean, he's like, I got the gun now. And then I love this moment. We have, amazingly, Ethan Hunt kicks the sand. The gun flies through the air, grabs it, turns, and shoots him. This movie is so cool. There's so many cool moments in this movie. Now that Sean is gone, now we have the antidotes, and we have the antidote injector thingy, and now Naya is saved, and it's so cute. Their romance is adorable. And then the movie ends with a nice, cute park scene where they're being all cute and such, and it's a very crowded park, and I'm like, yes. Man, I love their romance scenes. I'm not gonna lie. Every time that I saw them be intimate on screen, like just be close to each other, I was like, oh man, I normally don't do that. I normally hate romantic scenes because I feel like it pulls away from the plot, but the romance works so well in this movie. I felt this movie was incredibly well paced. I felt the camera work was great. Also, the framing of the shots, the color work. Oh my goodness, the color work is great. I love the colors. I'm such a big fan. Oh my goodness, and also the characters were well-rounded. There's a lot of character moments, and there's a lot of fun moments between Ethan Hunt and Naya speaking. Ethan Hunt gets really jealous when Naya is starting to date Sean. But I love the scene where they're at the Kentucky Derby, and it's kind of tense building because we're trying to locate all of the people in play. And then once we line up who's here, we're gonna steal some information and do all that fun stuff. So that's always fun. There's so much tension. I felt like all of the moments in the movie were very, very necessary to create some sort of tense movie that has a great payoff, not gonna lie. So I gotta give this movie like a solid 8.5 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer, so if I haven't reviewed on a channel, there's a chance I haven't seen it at all. I'd like to request a movie in the comments below. You can do that at your fast track a movie review, patreon.com/ASEPresents, $20 a month for one movie review per 1 month, $3 a month, how to draw Pokemon tutorials posted early and first, all at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, and go to this link tree to find the way that you can help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews. Oh no, the ambulance is coming for me. Well, until next time, mint salad sauce, I like my sour croutons, bacon bits.